Education is the key to success. With this words, I greet you all. My name is Anna Gucho, and today we'll be talking about the curriculum changes that happened in South Africa. Well, South Africa is coming from the apartheid government system and moved to a new democratic of South Africa, which resulted to the curriculum change to be reviewed. Now we have six curriculums that have been implemented in South Africa. They have played a huge role to teachers, learners, and the education of South Africa as a whole. Allow us to unpack these curricula. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Sinesi Pokopo and I will be responsible for doing the Bantu education system, which is an education system that was introduced in the year 1953 by Hendrik Verwoerd. The Bantu education system was mainly to serve white people in South Africa, and they did this in a way that they made the education system for black people so inferior that black people were conditioned immediately to think that they were inferior when compared to white people. So the Bantu education system only allowed black children to have an opportunity to learn to do manual and manual jobs, jobs such as sewing for ladies, and the extraction of gold for boys. So these were the only jobs or the only education that the government deemed appropriate for children who were blacks, whilst children who were white had an opportunity to do real professions, to study real professions, professions such as medicine, such as the managing of huge construction sites, etc. The Bantu education system is still existing even up to this day in South Africa. This was highlighted by the outbreak of COVID-19 back in 2020, when children who were black and had no access to technological gadgets such as laptops, cell phones to receive their education. There were white children who were privileged enough, who had access to these gadgets, received their education and were able to learn and continue with their studies in the comfort of their own homes. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Sipilang Matsosele, and I'll be the one sharing information about the outcome-based education curriculum. OBE is an educational framework that focuses on the attainment of specific learning outcomes that are tied to students' knowledge, skills, and competencies. OBE aims to foster critical thinking, decision-making skills, problem-solving, and ethical behavior in the context of personal financial management, entrepreneurship, and broader economic systems. Right now, I'm going to discuss a little bit about how did the Economic and Management Sciences subject come about within the outcome-based education curriculum. EMS, or Economic and Management Sciences subject, came about within the OBE curriculum in response to the country's growing need for improved economic and managerial skills, knowledge, and expertise. With the end of apartheid in the early 1990s, South Africa's education system underwent a significant transformation. OBE was introduced to address past inequalities, promote active learning, and offer a more relevant and contextualized education. EMS was established as part of this transition in order to better equip learners with essential financial, entrepreneurial, and managerial competencies. It aimed to instill an understanding of economic principles, develop problem-solving abilities, and foster a sense of socio-economic responsibility among students. The integration of EMS within the OBE curriculum also sought to produce well-rounded individuals who could contribute to South Africa's socio-economic growth and development.
My name is Ayana Gucho, and today I'll be talking about Curriculum 2005. So, this curriculum was introduced in 1997 and it was implemented in 1998. So, the purpose of this curriculum was to move from the inequalities of the apartheid era and rote learning to learners as active participants and the teacher as a facilitator. So in this curriculum, we have outcomes, the critical cross-field outcomes, and we also have 66 outcomes that should be achieved in the general education and training, which is called GET. And then we also have specific outcomes, which are skills, values, knowledge, and attitude that learners should have competence in it across the grades. And then the purpose of EMS, according to the Department of Education, it is to equip learners with skills, education, attitude, values, and knowledge, so that they can be able to solve problems and come up with solutions and have opportunities and solve problems in their world economy system, in their own world. And then the relation between EMS and this curriculum. So when EMS was introduced, it was called Business Management Commerce, and it was the duty of the teachers to teach accounting, business, and economics. The problem was that now teachers were ill-equipped when it comes to this subject, and then they had less resources. They were also biased in their specialization. How? The teacher would choose to teach business studies and economics and face accounting, or others they would teach accounting and economics and then face accounting, because they were not trained in all the subjects. So their specialization, it was biased. They were taught, they did not have enough resources to teach all the subject to be competent. So teachers, they were not competent in teaching this subject. Till today, teachers are not well equipped when it comes to EMS education, and then something must be done with this, because learners are suffering because of the less resources when it comes to training these teachers. Thank you.
The revised national curriculum statement was introduced in South Africa in the early 2000s as part of the post-apartheid education reforms. It was made for public comment on the 31st of July 2001, and the introduction of it was planned for 2004. Now let us look at the aims of the revised national curriculum statement. To begin with, it aims to promote the integration of subjects, aiming to provide meaningful educational experiences. Secondly, it promotes more inclusive and learner-centered approach to education. Our today main focus will be on the aims of the revised national curriculum statement in relation to EMS as a subject. Firstly, it ensures that learners apply management and basic leadership skills. Secondly, it ensures that learners are motivated, self-directed, and reflective lifelong learners who are responsible for their activities. Lastly, it ensures that learners create business opportunities, they take risks, they promote business opportunities, and they creatively solve problems. Overall, although the revised national curriculum statement has its shortcomings, such as shortage of learning materials and inadequate training of teachers, it presented a fundamental change in the South African educational system. Thank you.
My name is Nothando Ngosi, and I'll be presenting about the National Curriculum Statement. The National Curriculum Statement gives expression of the knowledge, skills, and values that are worth learning in the South African schools. This curriculum ensures that children acquire and apply knowledge in ways that are meaningful in their own lives. The National Curriculum Statement was introduced in 2007. And then we have the purposes of the National Curriculum Statement. It is developing basic skills and knowledge to manage one's life and the environment effectively. Provide access to higher education and develop basic skills so that one can own his or her own business, manage, record finances, plan properly so that they can operate effectively and successfully. And then we have challenges that we are facing in EMS. Time allocated to teach EMS is not enough, and in many schools we have shortage of textbook and calculators.
CAPS is a single, comprehensive, and concise policy document introduced by the Department of Basic Education
for all the subjects listed in the National Curriculum Statement for grade R to 12. CAPS gives a detailed guidance for teachers on what they should teach and how they should assess. EMS aims to provide learners with real-life skills that they will need as business owners or entrepreneurs. It also aims to provide learners with their foundational knowledge of commercial subjects. CAPS was introduced in 2009 but implemented in 2012. It is the national curriculum for all South African schools. CAPS was developed by the Department of Basic Education and is designed to provide a framework for teaching, learning, and assessment in all public schools.